Hey guys, John from SurfFX, and this is the new 2025 Nova Pro from North. Popular wing for us, Nova Pro. I was using the Nova Pro myself last year. This is a new one, so I'm looking forward to getting this on the water. Just arrived. So you can see here the new panel canopy layout looks pretty sick. New windows, they've got they call it the light vision, so it's kind of an optical way to see, which is nice. It's just in front of your face on the boom, so nice and easy to have windows along the boom like that. And you can see with this, when it's in position like this, all these lines. So they've radially changed how they put the fabric together. Even the small little ripstop, like that ripstop there, is going at an angle this way and this way, and the ripstop in this panel is more vertical. So as it goes, it splays out, and then you've got a radial big section down the bottom for the detention. So pretty cool. North is getting tech, super tech, and this is kind of what I'm going to talk about with this wing. They've got the ability, being North Sails, to have this technology like this. It's unreal. What else we see from this side? There's little battens in the very wingtips to help a little bit of flutter. And you can see this profile. This profile is a little bit shorter. So compared to the mode's a little bit longer. This is a bit more squat. It's a little bit nicer wave riding and a bit more with the freestyle. So a few things. We'll just flip over and check out the other side and have a look at a bit more of the tech. Okay, with the wing this way, we can see the guts a little bit better. So first off, the end weave, which is what they've done the strut and the leading edge, this T section out of, very stiff material, nice and light. So that's your flex. So when I found this especially when they kind of started using this material in that center section. When a big guy like myself goes to pump it, it didn't fold in half. It just accelerated forward and you got up. So kind of improved the light wind side of things because it gave you the ability to have more efficient pump. And then of course, once you're on the foil, it's all good. They still use the locking system here for the shift lock. This one's set up with the two handles. You can use the full boom, and they've got a new one that's like a J on the front, so it comes out quite a bit further. When you're running the two handles, they've made a little change this year. The center strut has a bit of a kink in it, so you are a bit more naturally aligned with the angles of your hands, so it's a bit more comfortable. That's a nice little update because you know, if you're running the boom, it's just straight and you can one-hand it, but if you're running the handles, it's nice to have a little bit of angle. They do have two inflation points on here with a lock off on the in between, so you can pump it up off one, but if you wanted to fine-tune your pressures, so say you wanted to really stiffen up the canopy a bit more, you can chuck a bit more air in there, and vice versa. You could do it with the strut as well if you want to make that more rigid. In this leading edge area, the handle is very nice. It's nice and stiff without being hard, so obviously it's not going to be a problem if you hit yourself with it, but it's got a nice knuckle guard on it, but it's rigid. So when you are just flying the wing behind, even just walking to the beach, it's just quite easy to control, doesn't bounce around, and that also has to do with the shape of the wing as you hold it forward, but we'll save that for a little bit. In the leading edge, there's a carbon tape that they run through the leading edge across the front. That again helps with that stiffness and helps with the response and the flex. And then down to the wing tips, they've got a flexible tip. So all about when it's really powered, you get some distortion there. Any of you windsurfers who look at this is looking more and more like two halves of a windsurfing wing than almost ever before. You've got lots of tension with a loose leech. So it's all about having the draft up forefront, giving you lift, and the draft is pretty deep in this. Giving you forward momentum, giving you lift, and then having the air get out the back. If it was scooped down the back, it would just be backhand heavy and it wouldn't want to drive you forward. It would actually just kind of pull you downwind and pull with your backhand. So yeah, really awesome, the tech. And you see the little batten pockets here and that radial panel layout. You can see even more so when it's on this side too. So it's good to see brands coming out and actually showing the tech of their product and you know what it does. I mean, you can see the totally different materials they use on the canopy. So with the canopy materials, you know, they've been using different stuff lately. And wings are wet all the time and you fall on them, but they're wet and they kind of get soggy. So being able to have access to all the materials that North has, you can use materials that don't kind of get soggy in the water after time, and they hold their strength, hold their shape a lot better, don't really stretch out. And that's also with the paneling layout to kind of optimize that for whatever direction it's trying to pull. So I want to talk about the profile of this, and you can see the dihedral, so the V of it. Now, they've been able to get this leading edge a good bit smaller while still keeping it stiff. That's part of having the end weave, having that carbon taping in it. So it's a little bit slicker through the air than the previous ones. But having having that big V through it really helps that stability. Even in here, where obviously we have no wind, there's no wobble to that. It's just coming down smooth and even. That's just like when you're flagging it out behind you. Even just walking to the beach, that keeps it really nice and stable. And yeah, North come with a leash. That's pretty cool.